One, two, three, four.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to introduce you all today to Kate Miller. Kate's journey has taken her all the way from Australia to Europe, and now she's landed in Canada. She's figured out that the traditional 9 to 5 is never going to support her life or the family connections that she wanted. And that realization really just changed everything for her. So let's just get right into it with Kate. Kate, welcome to the call. And why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what was happening in your life when you decided you needed a change?
Hi, Tal. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. As you said, I'm Australian. I've lived in Canada for about 13 years. And just recently, I've been trying to gain my permanent residency here in Canada. So that led to me going to college here. And it took about 6 years to complete due to COVID, the cost. I got very overwhelmed, got into like a really, like a place of a very lost, directionless place. And even when I graduated, I realized I had no real direction. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. And it kind of dawned on me like there really is no job ever out there that could support the cost of me flying home every year to see my family or even giving me the time off. So
Mm.
I started to think about there needs to be something else that I can do. Because yeah, the 9 to 5 was not going to work.
Yeah, I can absolutely sympathize with that. I mean, being able to have the freedom to just pick up and go whenever you needed to or wanted to, and also to be able to afford it. I mean, that's a huge, so it's interesting that that was your number one realization that that kind of popped into your head. I love that. So, but before you started with an online business, like just share with us, like what were the things that you were scared about or unsure about, maybe things that you had heard about doing online businesses in the past that maybe now you're like, oh, it's completely different than what I thought it was. And, just talk to us a little bit about that.
I actually had thought about starting an online business about 7 to 8 years ago,
Mm.
and I was approached by a friend, and she told me about it, and I found it very interesting, and I started to go through the steps of signing up, but because of the school payments, I couldn't quite afford to do it back then, but I still kind of did the training, and
Mm.
back then, or maybe the particular group, it was a very sales oriented, which
Mhm.
I've never been too comfortable with personally. But then it was just, I think it was just the practices that were in place and the way that it was presented didn't sit well with me.
Mhm.
And it just never felt right. So I always assumed that that's what online business would be like. And even having a lot of friends that did Monet and other like MLM type companies, having friends that would message me, and every single time they messaged me, I knew exactly that they were trying to sell me something.
Mm.
And it made me like it gives me like a pit in my stomach. I feel sick. So
Yeah.
that's why I've always saw the potential in online business though, and I knew I would do really well at it because I love socializing and networking and connecting with people, but I
Mhm.
just couldn't get over that icky sales feeling.
Yeah. Wow. And so what's that change for you now? I mean, like now you're in an online
Yeah.
business. Like you decided, oh, well, I'm gonna go for this. So like, well, first let's talk about like what changed your mind, you
Well,
know?
it's funny because I had a call. The way everything turned out was really funny for me. I had a call booked, two calls in one day booked. One was with a friend I used to work with. We used to work in the luxury yachting industry, and she was working for a company. They do the hydrogen water bottles, Lumavite, and that I really am still very interested in that company. And I had a call with her about that opportunity. It's a bit smaller ticket though, like it's about $500 for a bottle, different kind of setup. And then I had a call with Coral, who's I'm now partnered with Coral, and I found out that the company that she was working with was very similar to the one I'd been approached by 7 years ago. So
Uh,
that immediately kind of turned me off.
uh-huh.
And I almost didn't want to take the call with her. And
Huh.
then throughout the call, I kind of got the understanding of how like we operate so differently.
Mm.
And I kind of, rather than that pit in my stomach, I literally had such a buzz going after the call. Like, I was so excited, I like lit up for the first time in years because I saw that it was like not pushy, not salesy. It was like service based and community based and everything I didn't think it existed. So I was very like so excited. Yeah, and even since joining, like the training and everything, I think I cried on my onboarding calls. I was so happy.
I love that.
Yeah, with Hasia, I was like, it was
Hey.
so beautiful. And just to see that they think like people can think this the way I want to, like the way that I thought. And we don't want to sell to people, we want to help people. So we truly and there's no hype. There was no hype. Like in other companies, I'd seen people like renting sports cars and renting mansions and projecting that lifestyle on people. And I'm like, that's so fake and that's not honest. So I
Mhm.
just want to be,
There
I
are
want to,
people that actually that is their reality. Yes.
yeah, yeah. But
There
then
are, yeah, but for
I
you,
also
yeah,
know that I also
yeah.
know people that would rent things to
Ah, to show.
falsify.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, so but that's why I love this group. It's like, even if you haven't had the financial success straight away, it's not just about that. Talk about your mindset shift and talk about other things. Like it's
Yeah, well,
very
let's get into that a little bit because
yeah.
more than just about the income, right?
Yeah.
What have you discovered that has completely just gone aha and bingo and wowed you so much that you're like, this business is truly amazing. Like I can feel your energy coming through the camera of how much passion you have for this.
Yeah.
And so, and I can't imagine you coming from a place of completely, like blocking off and just being like, no, 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 this is icky
Yeah.
and gross and whatnot, to where you are now. Like, what are the experiences that you're having that has made you go, ha 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 ha,
Oh, it's honestly insanity. Like to me, how even my boyfriend will tell you, like 180 degrees has changed my life. Like, and I thought about it yesterday. I was thinking about how, like, my 20s and my 30s, like, I've always lived, everything's always working out for me, but I never had the discipline. Like, I never had discipline. My mum always kind of, would make my bed, clean my room, and
Right.
every job I had, I kind of never had to pay bills. I fell into like nannying jobs and just these really, and luxury yachting, like exciting jobs where I made a lot of money, never had to pay bills, just
Mm,
didn't have discipline, but everything always worked. So when I had to start my diploma here, it was the hardest thing I'd ever experienced.
mm,
And even during COVID lockdowns, and it was like $37,000 to pay in the end for everything. And I started with nothing. So I had to claw my way through. So I think it was the fact everything had been working out for me because everything had always been like easy for me.
mhm,
But when it got really hard, I didn't have the tools to help myself. So I got really stuck and like really like a bit depressed and really down. And so this has like I'm now learning more about like, the discipline and mindset and how important it is to get up and stick to your like keep your promises to yourself. And yeah, it's really nice. Like I made a post about it, I think 2 days ago about the quantum effect of like timelines and how time is an illusion because
uh-huh.
the last 4 years zoomed by me. Like I can't believe how quick it went. And this last 12 days feels like it's been going forever, which is
Uh-huh.
amazing because
Yeah.
I've been doing so much. I feel so much happier. I'm like, I actually even for those 4 years, my friends will tell you that like I wouldn't talk to people. I kind of would never want to answer messages or talk to people on the phone, like probably quite literally depressed. To now, I'm voice noting everyone, calling or doing an interview with someone.
Confidence that you've built, and
I
I
would
I
never have
love
done
this.
this. I would never have done this even like 4 months ago. I would have been so scared to do it. When you offered it, I was like, okay.
I have to say, I'm really, really pleased to hear you talking about this because there's something that happens within our collective, right? Where we are not just trained, okay, but the way that we come together all the time on all of our team Zooms and I mean, Sundays are like the most powerful trainings I've
Yeah.
ever been a part of. And I've been doing, online business for a number of years. And these Sunday calls are remarkable in a way that really digs into what mindset means. It's a very frequently used word, mindset, 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 mindset. It's all over social media, right? But now we're like really digging into what that shift really means to make that click, to make that change, to make things not just for our businesses, but for our lives, for everything that we do in our life. And when you bring in the quantum of time into that, it really just makes it all make sense. And because of this collective that we're in, I don't think that any of us would ever have had the opportunity. I mean, I'm 52 and I've never learned like this before, you know,
Same.
and that's such the benefit of being in this team, being working with, all these people from all over the world, and our leadership is just next level, like absolute top notch next level. So if you guys are watching and you know who you are, our magic leaders,
How do you do it?
big
I can't do
shout out
it.
to you guys for always bringing it and always really downloading and really getting us into it and getting really deep with it. So I'm glad you brought that up because I
Aw.
literally have goosebumps
Yeah.
all over my
I know,
body.
and like you said, I'm constantly crying, crying in like team calls. So many of us aren't. It's because they genuinely care about us. Like that's the difference.
Yeah.
They
And
really want us
it's
to
an
succeed.
emotional thing. A lot of people don't
Yes.
realize that, I'm a brick and mortar owner, business owner, as well as I'm a service entrepreneur as well. So I have all these little business hats and everything. This offers so much more than any of those put together.
Yeah.
Like I could be done with those tomorrow and I would be living the fullest life today
Yes.
with just this.
My boyfriend even said to me, he doesn't do the trainings, but he observes me and he's seen me growing and changing. He listened into like the Daniel G call with me one day, and he just said, even if you didn't make a single cent from this business, it's worth every cent you invested. Because he's like to see, yeah, I got goosebumps too. So it's like it's such a small price to be happy and to actually like learn the skills to take control of your own life. Like when people can't see that, I understand because they're locked in that old like story. But
Uh-huh.
for me, I'm like, oh, it's worth every penny. Like, because you can take, like you said, you can take this and move for the rest of your life, like in
Mhm.
a better way. Yeah.
Kate, I mean, I don't know you from before. And
Yeah.
what
We
I'm
literally
seeing,
met in the
I,
Sunday chats.
I
In the
know.
Sunday
And now
chats.
I'm seeing you now and getting to know you now. And I'm just like, wow, what an incredible human you are. Like you're
Aw.
just showing yourself and just being out
Thank
there
you.
and really being authentic and really loving and caring and confident. I love that,
Oh,
you know?
now you are going to make me cry for real, not
You
just for
know,
me.
yeah, exactly. All the crying. Okay, okay. I'm gonna
Oh,
ask
thank
you. I'm
you.
gonna ask. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're a little magic angel right now. I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna, yes, love on you. And I would love to invite you back to do, a couple of things. We'll talk about where you are in the future and so forth. But before
I
we get to
love
all of
that.
that, I want to ask you more on the business side of things, so
Yeah,
we can stop the crying. Although this might make you cry too.
that's okay.
Let's
Guys, it
talk
will.
about when you came into this business
Mhm.
and you saw the videos, you got into the trainings, you went on the onboarding and so forth, and you started producing. Your first commission check comes in. Tell us what that feels like.
It was amazing for me because I signed up under the Australian branch because it is global, so we don't get physical checks. But when I got the notification that I was like getting paid, it was because I was actually dog sitting for my partner's mum too. I wasn't even at home. I was like away dog sitting, doing them like being helping family out. So I wasn't even at home. And it was just like that amazing feeling of like, oh my God, this is real. Like I can, because I'm going home to Australia in March. I'm like, this is working. Like I can now make money from my phone no matter where I am. Like
Yeah.
it's so powerful. I can go home and see my family. I can, like, no matter what I'm doing, and I can be at home, baking and cleaning and cooking and making things I want to make and hang out with my cat.
I love that.
It was really a beautiful feeling because obviously the mindset is great. No, the mindset for me is the most powerful thing, but then to see the physical income come in, it's just like, wow. And just the way it works within our team too, like it's just we all work together and it benefits all of us. So it's just you really feel that magic of teamwork. Like you're not alone, which is really nice. Because a lot of online businesses, you're doing it all by yourself and you have mentors, but when you're working together like this, you get emotionally invested with each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's exactly it. It's just really it's an opportunity to widen your family base. You know,
Yeah.
make your heart even bigger. When you thought
Yeah.
you were completely capped out, no, it's like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
growing. I mean, we grew over, I think it was like 1,400 people in
I
one year.
know. It's 1,500
Incredible.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just talking about 2025.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah.
we're in a new year. So now we're adding more,
Yeah.
more, 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 right? And we're only 2 weeks into the new year. And so it's just so wonderful to have. I'm going to try to not get emotional. But it's just really wonderful to have a moment when you get that first commission check to really solidify that you've made the right decision,
Mhm.
that pushing yourself and growing is working, that it's not icky and gross salesy. Like all of these things happen in real life. The moment you realize that I'm actually getting paid for changing,
Exactly. It's insane.
that's crazy
People
talk.
pay thousands of dollars for this kind of. I actually rewatched I Am Not Your Guru, the Tony Robbins documentary yesterday.
Yes,
Like,
love it.
I didn't realize what an emotional person I am. I cried so much during that. People pay like $5,000 to go to that to have change, and we're getting the same effect, but we also make money as well. Like, and then help other people get that kind of change in their life too. It's incredible.
Absolutely. So I want to give you a chance to close this out.
Yeah.
I want you to close this out with a message to anyone that's watching this right now. It could be anyone that's watching from your page, watching from my page. Like, what is the thing that you want to tell them, coming from Kate from Australia and all over the world? Well, you're before to your now present and what you're looking forward to and projecting for the future. What's that message you want to tell these people who are watching?
I think one of the biggest things that I've learned is like you need to have goals and you need to have desires and you need to have direction because I think that was my biggest issue. I was like directionless. I was just kind of getting through each day. And whether it's this business or anything, like that's so important. Like whatever you want to do in life, you need to have goals and dreams and you need to focus on them. Yeah, I was listening to the Myron Golden podcast and he said, to get food from your garden, you have to plant a seed and have intention, but
Mhm.
weeds will grow regardless. So you have to have like, it was so good. It was so powerful.
So
So you
good.
have to have,
You'll have to, but I'm going to stick a point right there.
yeah,
Yes, just hold it right there. You'll have to give me a list of your favorite books, your favorite
yeah,
podcasts. We'll drop that down in the comments for you guys
yeah,
so that
definitely.
you can all in the description. I'll drop that down in the description so you can
Yeah.
all tap into some of these things because everything you've mentioned has all been on my list. Like I'm hearing all of it, the happy pocket full of money, the whole all of
Yes.
yes. Okay,
Oh,
so I'm
it
taking
was
your
such a
message.
good thought. It was a metaphor that I think because I love gardening too. It's so true. It's like you to have something good come up, you have to plant a seed and you have to have intention and focus on it. But then you have to make sure you're getting rid of the weeds. So like
Yeah.
also that like I have a lot of friends in my life that I could get them to want to sign up to this business, but I don't know if it would work for them. Like
Mm,
you need to be aware of what you want and have that focus and intention and then want to work on that. But
beautiful.
yeah, I would love if it'd be great if everyone could get to that point. But I know some people get so stuck. But that's why I'm grateful to be here talking to you and so
Yeah.
I've already gained so many beautiful friends from this business. I can't wait to like even come and meet you in California. Oh no,
Yes.
you're coming to Portugal, aren't you?
I'm coming to, no, not Port, maybe.
London?
I'm still on the maybe
You're
list.
coming to London. You'll be
I'm still on the maybe list. But I'm going to be in Vancouver, in March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay. I fly out of Vancouver in March. Maybe I'll line it up so I can come say
well,
hi
tell me
to
what
you.
your dates are because I haven't booked anything
Perfect.
yet. And so we can
Perfect.
coordinate. But I'm really excited to meet a whole bunch of people that I only see on screens and so forth. So it'd be
Exactly.
really great to connect. But
Oh,
so I just wanna, I'm so grateful to you for saying yes. Regardless, we didn't even know each other, but like you said, we met in the chats on the Sunday calls. And it was literally just one quick little conversation. You commented in the chat, I commented back, da da da, and I was like, what's her Instagram? Oh my gosh, I gotta talk to you. I gotta hear your story. So, Kate Miller, thank you so much for
oh,
becoming the most beautiful person that sits in front of us today.
thank
Really,
you so
truly,
much.
I see you doing beautiful things. And I love your message of having direction. And I
Yes.
think that you are definitely in the right direction. And this is a full circle for you. So
Thank you so much for
congratulations
having
to
me
you.
on. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for having me on too. Like, thank
And
you
if
for reaching out.
Yeah, if anyone's watching this and you've watched all the way to the end, I'm going to drop in the description here, I'll drop Kate's recommendations for podcasts and books and things that she loves and sayings, maybe whatever you want to include in that list, Kate. No pressure, but do it.
I'll do
Uh,
it.
and if you have anything you'd like to say to Kate, or if you have any questions that you'd like to ask, go ahead and drop that in the comments and let us know. We are really literally here to be in service of you. We
Yes.
only want you to thrive in the ways that we've thrived. So we have all of this back knowledge, we get all of this training. So anything you're grappling with, it could be in a relationship, it could be what type of business you want to join, or whatever it is, drop it in the comments and we're going to do our best to help you out with that. All right, because we are in
Mhm.
service of you. And if you want to know more about the business that we are in, drop that in the comments also. I actually have a link in my bio where you can go in and apply and answer some questions in there, and that will also tell me if this business model is right for you, because like how Kate said, it's not for everyone,
Yeah.
right? So go ahead and figure that, and I'll help you mash that out. But thank you so much again, Kate. Thank you
Yay.
everyone for being here, and we'll take care. See you soon. Bye.